What's up, and welcome back to TV Table Sports Talk with KMaccTalks. Will Tom Brady retire, or will he play again in Vegas, San Francisco, New York? I don't know. Let's talk about it. All right, now the big news always when the NFL season ends each year, the past couple years now, besides what will Aaron Rodgers drama do, but who cares about, he just wants, Aaron Rodgers feels like a needy kid who just wants, like, his older brother gets more attention because he's more successful than him, and he's like, I'm doing stuff too, pay attention to me, I might retire also, we don't care, you're a guy with one Super Bowl and fairly overrated in my opinion. Yeah, you have talent, you can throw the ball well and everything, but what have you done for me in terms of winning me championships and playoff games? I mean, not too much, not too much. The real GOAT and the real, guy we don't pay attention to and care about is Tom Brady. Thomas Brady. I don't know, I wanted to say Wayne Brady there. I don't know his middle name. What exactly? That would be odd if his middle name was Wayne. I think it's, what was it? I know Skip Bayless says it all the time. But, yeah, he's the one we really care about, what he's doing. Yeah, will Tom Brady come back, though? Okay, so I think this year there were injuries. The Ryan Jensen injury, we knew it was big, but how big, we had no idea. I didn't either. I thought, yeah, that's huge. The center is, great. Center is a huge part to the QB, but Tom will figure it out. I'm sure the backup's good enough. Tom will figure it out and everything. I thought it'd be a big deal, but I thought it'd get figured out. The guy would step up at the center, he'd work with him, it'd be okay. But that Ryan Jensen injury was huge, and I think they had other injuries on the O-line, and the O-line was decimated, and that's Tom Brady's big thing. Tom Brady obviously is not athletic and run around, and he can't use his athlete. He's not running for a first down anytime soon, or running anywhere anytime soon. If he scrambles 5 yards to the right or something, you're like, oh shit, that, and it doesn't look very athletic. So he's staying in one place. So he needs a good offensive line. So that was major this year, and those injuries that really affected everything. And then like Chris Godwin slowly getting back, and his receiver core was just all over the place. And they had Rashad Perryman was like their biggest receiver, Russell Gage, like just guys that are like journeymen, like fairly just regular players, just all right guys, just average okay guys, which normally he could get over in New England with Belichick and all that. But this isn't New England with Bill Belichick. I mean, this is Tampa Bay with whatever their coach's name is there. I'm blanking on the coach's name right now, but this is a different story than New England. It's Tampa Bay, and they just couldn't get over injuries this year, and I think it was just an emotional year for Tom Brady. He tries to act like he's above everything and nothing affects him, and he's, just impervious to any other outside influence or whatever. It's not going to affect him on game day. He's going to zone in and get the games done, and he could do that sometimes, but going through a divorce and everything is going to affect you on the field, just affect you in general mentally. It's gonna affect you. That's gonna bleed into your life. I'm sure he's having all sorts of family issues with the kids. Going through a divorce was I'm sure they were fighting constantly. I'm sure it hurt for him. Going back to football was the main reason in the divorce. He didn't want to retire. He didn't want to spend time. She wanted to spend time with her and the kids and be a husband and father at home and do that life, that family father life. And Tom wasn't ready to do that, and I'm sure that caused the divorce and everything. So he was doing the very thing that ruined his marriage. And I'm sure it was tough. The whole thing was tough this year, but I think he finally moved on at the end of the season, and that's Tampa started to play a little better at the end of the season, when you also started to see this Karina Kampf, or whatever her name is, this new girlfriend, Tom Brady. Gorgeous girlfriend everyone's talking about. This blonde freaking gorgeous chick that started showing up with the Tom Brady jerseys and all that, and supposedly is his new girlfriend. He all of a sudden started playing better when she started showing up in his life. I think he seemed to be happier then. He had finally, I guess, moved on, had someone in his life. Giselle had someone in her life. I'm sure that helped her and everything, and it's not like he has to worry about fucking paying child support or something. He's got it. So, I think once he finally moved on, was happier in life, and found a new love. I mean, that really, I think, affected everything. So once he was happier in his outside life, his play got a little better. And I think he might realize that this was kind of a lost year, and that he still has it, and he could play one more. I think he could play one more year. He still has it. He showed glimpses. The comeback win against the Saints. They had that other great comeback win. I think he could still play one more year. I think, and that's what I think he does. I think he takes his time to make the decision, takes some time off, really, because like he said, this will be the final. He's not going to unretire this time. Whatever he does say, I know will be the final decision. So I think he goes back one more year with another team, just to try it one more time with another team with the perfect situation. A great O-line, good receivers, good running game. He needs a good running game so he could play the play action. Play action is a huge part of Tom Brady's arsenal, his play. It's play action. That's what he lived on in New England. So he needs a good running game. Good defense, obviously, but O-line, obviously at his age, he doesn't want to be getting hit a lot, and he's not moving around. He's not evading any pressure anytime soon or scrambling. So he needs O-line, running game are the main things, wide receiver to the next extent, and good defense. Of course, he needs that perfect situation, basically, and that's what he can choose. He's a free agent, so he can choose his perfect situation. So that's why I think he'll come back being able to choose that. He'll try that once more. I think he'll try one more team. And I think it is down to either, I've heard he's either going to Vegas or retiring, is what Stephen A. Smith or someone said. That's what he's hearing. Because Josh McDaniels, his old offensive coordinator, his whole time basically at New England, as the head coach. And that would make sense, I suppose. And you got Davante Adams. You got a great, possibly the best receiver in the league, probably next to Stephon and Justin Jefferson, I think. Diggs and Jefferson. And he's got a great run game. And Josh Jacobs. Jacobs tore it up. It had an amazing, great year. Just when people were, for some reason, doubting Jacobs, he had a great season. So he's there. Great running game. Great receiver. And great offensive line. They have like the second best offensive line, I think, in the league or something. So the Raiders would be a good pick. And I don't know about the defense-wise, but still, with Josh McDaniels, I get why you'd want to go there. I get it. But for some reason, I just don't think that's like a slam dunk to like him going there makes them Super Bowl contenders right away. I just, for some reason, don't see that as just a definite. I think there's teams, that division is very tough. You got to realize you're going in the Kansas City Chiefs division, and you're going in the LA Chargers. The Broncos are going to be better. I know I just said that, but they can't be any worse is the point of the matter. I think they'll get better. But the Chargers are hurt, and Herbert are always going up, are getting better and better, and the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. So you might not win that division, and you're automatically, now you're a wild card team. I think he wants to go to a division that he can win, so he gets a home game at the least, if not a bye. What's been floating around is the San Francisco 49ers would be interesting, because Garoppolo's not going to be back. So you could trade Trey Lance. If you want to move on from Trey Lance now, because you have Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy looks like their QB of the future, honestly, and he easily could be. I mean, you could now move on from Trey Lance get some draft picks, get a bunch of, draft picks probably, and maybe players for him. And, someone will give up a lot for Trey Lance probably. So, you trade Trey Lance, you have Brock Purdy as the backup to learn from Tom Brady for a year. I don't think Tom's going to play more than another year. So Brock just has to learn, and he'll soak up all that info, get even better for a year from listening to Tom Brady and learning under him. And then Brock Purdy takes over the next year, and you just find a backup for him. That could work. And then you got San Francisco, obviously great defense, great run game, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. You got as receivers. You got a great team there. So I think that's I think if he went there, they would be Super Bowl contenders, and they could win their division easily. You only got, what the Seahawks, whoever else there, you can win that division easily. The only thing I think that would, why the 49ers might not do it is because they have Trey Lance and Brock Purdy. They have two QBs on rookie contracts, like cheap rookie contracts. That's like a dream, They can spend their money everywhere else and have great rookies that I barely have to pay. They're paying barely anything to. So why wouldn't they, keep that opportunity to barely pay their rookie QBs? And why would they take on more money with Tom? Even though Tom probably wouldn't make them pay an insane amount for a contract. Why would they take on more money with Tom and instead of just keeping two rookie contracts of great players, young players that are only going to ascend and that will compete for the starting job, and you can't lose with either one, it looks like, Brock Purdy or Trey Lance. I think even Brock Purdy now looks like more solidified, a better option, than Trey Lance even, which is crazy. We never would have known that when the season started. So, having those two young rookies for the rest of, as they grow up, it's hard to throw away a young, great player like that on a rookie contract, is what I'm saying, for a 46-year-old player. So that's the only thing, holding me back from that, but that is Tom's hometown. I think he would look at that if that was offered to him, is all I'm saying. Why not go for your hometown team, the team you grew up loving and idolizing, Joe Montana, and wanting to play on the 49ers? That'd be a dream scenario, a fairy tale scenario for your last season, trying to win a Super Bowl with the 49ers. Or you go to the New York Jets, I think, on the East Coast. You got a great defense, very great offensive line, very great defense, maybe the best in the league, up there with the Patriots, with other, those the 49ers, like great defense, the Jets, and they're ready to win. I think if he goes to the Jets, they could be in the Super Bowl. They could win that. They'll win that division pretty much easily. The Dolphins are really good. Oh wait, no, they got the Bills in that division though. So yeah, that'd be a tough division to win actually. That'd be, the Patriots aren't doing anything. But that's the other thing too. He could go back and beat Bill Belichick twice a year in that division. So that's what I think he'd look at that too, because he'd want to be able to beat Bill and ruin Bill's chances at the playoffs and really show that he's better without Bill, and Bill didn't make him, he made Bill type thing. So I think he'd look at that too, just to, stick it to Bill Belichick any chance he gets. So I think he'd look at the Jets also, because they'd be Super Bowl contenders. I think they'd be up there with the Bills to win the division. Even if they didn't, though, the AFC playoffs, I don't know if the AFC playoffs actually are easier than the NFC. The NFC might be maybe the way to go. But he's looking at the Raiders are in the AFC, so you can't make everything perfect. Every single aspect isn't going to be perfect, but he's going to go to the most perfect scenario, the most pros and cons. He's going to weigh them, and the team with the most pros, I think he will go for it. But hearing that it's either Las Vegas or retirement, I don't know, it could make sense, I guess. I guess you get Davante Adams, good run game, good offensive line, and Josh McDaniels. It could make sense. It could make sense if the Raiders get a better defense. That's the big. If they get a better defense, then hey, maybe it does make sense. That's what I think. Either West Coast with San Fran or Vegas and New York Jets. Other teams floated out, Dolphins, Miami, but I think they're good with Tua. I think they'll want Tua back and have Tua back. What other options really are there out there? The Vikings, if they get rid of Kirk Cousins, there's probably some other options out there, but I think those are the ones that are the most. Or you go back to New England again, you trade away Mac Jones, maybe. I don't know. That's probably wishful thinking, but hey, who knows? We'll see. It'll be Tom Brady retirement watch for the next few months at least. So strap in for that. Let's get excited to talk about that every single day on sports talk shows. ESPN and FS1 be a topic every single day, along with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Will they or won't they retire? No one knows except for them and when it happens. So why even talk about it? But hey, here I am doing it. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Anyways, the TV Table Sports Talk. This has been another episode. Tune in for Lamar Jackson talk. Will he be in Baltimore? Will he not be in Baltimore? Will he be in the Jets? Who knows? Tune in for that. Subscribe to the channel for daily sports videos. Much more coming every single day. I'm KMaccTalks. Have yourselves a wonderful day.